Houston Texans. Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Remain for second down. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. The Texans had 0-3 here to begin the campaign, and you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
To throw, Huntley. That's complete. It's Collins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 44.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Herbert now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You first the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to draw that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Another carry for Pierce.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Huntley to throw.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's Huntley. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defense.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff.
Herbert has it knocked free.
points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Deep ball for Goodwin.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Third and long, it's Herbert. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big game there on what will turn out to be the final. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he'll find Everett there, complete. Finding room at midfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. To the air again, Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On second down, Eckler. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on third down.
Huntley.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening it.
He's got it at the 15.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Christian Harris
brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
After the sack on first down,
Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And now third down and 6 to go.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it? I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That is caught. It's Williams.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And go in the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Here's Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
That's returnable now for Smith. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off play action. Huntley. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now in his 9th NFL season, Brandon Cooks remains a model of consistency. Had a career-best 90 catches in 2021 and his 6th 1,000-yard season in the last 7 years. No surprise there that they were looking for him to pick up a first down, and he gets it done.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Check, Bobcat.
On 3rd down, Huntley, and he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Tackled by Jonathan Grenard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch. Back now in Houston. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter.
2nd and 9.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
66 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the feet.
Touchdown, Chargers! Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
He'll let one go deep for Howard.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability.
Pierce has it knocked loose.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On second down, here's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Eckler now between the tackles. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice gain.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Up the middle with Eckler. And they'll get him down right around the 16. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
73 yards on the ground for him so far.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they will take a knee here.
Charles, in these lower-scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They played turnover-free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean,